Let's take some more words to actually understand that E is actually not silent. So, the first word without E, bark, bake. This is how I do it with my kids, and I don't even have to explain it to them. I just hide the letter and they tell me, because they understand all of these sounds very well. They understand the sound, so they automatically, like naturally, they tell me, teacher, it's bark. I don't even have to tell them it's bark, but they tell me bark, and then I move my hand. They say bake, bark, bake, bark, bake. So that is the level to which we have to bring our kids, that they are naturally able to identify that what is the sound and where is actually the sound going. So b, a, k, three sounds. So a and e are making the sound a, not a. The real sound of a is a, but that's individual. We are not learning over here individual letters, individual sounds. We are practicing the sounds in the words, which is totally different from individual sounds. Individual sound learning is like for someone who is going to the school for the first time, who is like very young and goes to school for the first time. That's KG1. Okay, so when we are actually doing phonics, we are breaking down the sounds in the word. We are not doing letter identification, sound recognition. No, that we are not doing that. We are now segmenting and blending. So b, a, k, three sounds. B, a, k, b, a, k. Now blend. Bake, bake, bake. So a is from a and e. A and E together make A. If we don't have E and we really think it's silent, then there shouldn't be any problem with the how the word is pronounced, right? But it does get changed. It becomes bark. Bake, bark, bake. Now let's look at the second example. Take, take, take. It's not talk. It's take, not tack. It's not even tack. Tack or talk. It's not that. It is take. The pronunciation of the word is take. So t, a, k, t, a, t, a, t, a, b, a, b, a, k. Next one. A. The sound is A. It's not A. It's not A. A is individual letter, individual sound of A. But we are not doing individual sounds. We are doing phonics in words. So A. 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 This one. R. A. R. A. Blend. Rake. Blend this one. A. Make. Segment. Take. Blend. Take. Segment. B. A. Blend. Bake. So this is why E is not silent, and this is what we actually teach kids when we are teaching them phonics. When we are teaching them phonics, we are not teaching them A, B, C, D. And the individual sounds of individual sound of A, individual sound of B, or individual sound of C. That's for someone who is entering school for the first time, which means a kid who is like 4 years old and entering school gets his admission into KG1. So that's the first time he will be taught letter identification and sound recognition of that same letter. But when the child progresses, then the child learns real phonics teaching, phonemic awareness, and this is how you teach them phonemic awareness in words. In words means that are not limited to C, we, see. Means in CBC words, all the letters have their individual sounds. So kid will not be confused, because that kid is coming to school for the first time. So we don't confuse them with words like this, but we give them CBC words, which are the kid who comes to school for the first time. We need to use with those kids words where the letters are not joining together. Okay, every letter has different sound. For example, C, V, C. C because it's a consonant, V because this one is a vowel, and C because this one is a consonant. So we use these words with the kids who are entering school for the first time, because if you used something like this with them, they will be confused in A and E. because for them the sound of A is A and the sound of E is A. So they get confused and they cannot learn this at that level. They can work with words like this because sounds are new to them, so they need to stick to individual letter, individual sound. So act. The number of sounds is equivalent to the number of letters in the word. This is what we do with kids who are entering school for the first time. They are 4 years old, 4 years or 5 years, okay? So that's their level. And then later when they master such words where the number of sounds is equivalent to the number of letters, later they progress and they go to the words like this, where their phonemic awareness has to be challenged in a way where they have to work with two letters that are making one sound, or 3 letters, or even 4 and 5 letters can make one sound. For example, the word 8. You can't use this kind of word with the kid who is coming to school for the first time. You can't use it with them because all these letters are actually making just one sound. 8, 8, 8. If you used this word with the kid who is coming to school for the first time, he is still learning that the sound of E is A, sound of I is E, sound of G is G, sound of H is H, sound of T is T. So that kid cannot comprehend this word, and that kid cannot even blend the sounds in the word. That kid will be still saying F, E, G, T, because he is at beginner introduction level, where we are just teaching that kid letter introduction and sound recognition. That's it. And which is this thing actually doesn't need phonics program. All the schools do letter identification. They teach letter introduction and sound recognition. All schools do that. But when you move from that to the next level, that's where actual phonics teaching begins, when we are working on the magic that's happening in the words. So I hope you understood this, the first example where we have CVC word. This is only for kids who are entering school for the very first time, like they are stepping into the school, they are setting their foot in the school for the first time. They are at the age where they are still crying and they need time to adjust to school. They are new to this language even. It must be their second language. So these CVC words are for them, because every letter is making a different sound and no letter is making like letter groups to make one sound, because we need to keep it very easy and less complex in the beginning, because they are new to the language. Even the native speakers, even their kids will start with this, even their kids, because they are still learning letter identification, okay, and then they will put the sounds on those letters. So all the learners will begin with this. Later they will progress to the kind of words where the letters are going to make groups together, okay. The graphemes are going to get complex and they will be making different sounds, different from the ones that they learned with the letters. So I hope it explained how the phonics is actually taught to kids. Thank you so much.